You're listening to the Epically Geeky Show, a place for all things geeky.
Welcome out to the Epically Geeky Show, episode number 51. I'm your host for the evening, Eugene Stevens. Tonight's opening question is, when you're listening to music, what is your preferred method? Earbuds, headphones, or speakers? Cyrus Martin?
That's a good question. I'm not going to go into my long usual thing here. I would just say over-the-ear headphones. Definitely the best for me. I get the most sound, the best deep sound, and it doesn't bother everybody. If I don't care about bothering everybody, speakers.
Gotcha.
Is there like a specific place that we're listening to this music?
Just in general, like generally when you're like, all right, I'm gonna listen to some music. What do you normally reach for? Do you normally put it on speakers, put in earbuds, or grab some headphones?
Okay.
Lainey?
Oh, well, if I can choose, I actually really, really like to listen to my music like on a set of like really nice speakers. I like the whole idea of being able to just like put my music on and like walk around my house and do whatever, or just like lay on the couch and listen to it.
Hey, I got a question.
Yes.
Do you prefer the big speakers or do you prefer the smaller speakers with like a subwoofer?
It depends on what I'm listening to.
Mm.
It really does. It depends on what I'm listening to, but I like just like a good sound system, but I prefer to listen to music on speakers as part of like an overall sound system. But I find that I'm often listening to it on my headphones because I am usually going somewhere. So, but I much prefer speakers.
Gotcha. Chris, where do you come down on this?
It's like a 50-50 thing. Half the time it's headphones, half the time it's as loud as it'll possibly get to annoy my children.
Hell yeah.
So just depends on what it is.
Chris has a very passive-aggressive relationship with her children.
I do. I'm here
it.
to embarrass and annoy them. That's my job.
That's hilarious. Ray?
In the car by myself so I can belt it out too.
Gotcha.
Oh, hell yeah.
Aww.
Oh,
Does no one let you belt it out?
When we first started dating, his whole entire trunk in his parents'
Oh, hell
Saturn had a sound system in it, so I could hear him coming down when he was driving to my house. I could hear him like a block away because it was.
Oh my God, you were one of
That's
those.
sweet.
Oh yeah, I had that.
Yeah.
But
I could just see you like cruising down the street with like some meatloaf, just like, well, I could do anything for love. Yeah.
I'm gonna give him more credit.
it's Celine Dion.
Oh, Celine Dion.
Hello.
Ooh, a little. It's all
greatest
coming
singer
back to
in the
me.
world. She's the greatest
Celine
singer
Dion,
in
so
the
what
world.
was he?
Come on.
Oh my God.
Our special guest for the evening is Picky Old Gamer. Where do you come down on this, sir?
I do like the over-the-ear headphones. I always had to keep my headphones on because my dad worked third shift, so I'd always sleep during the day. I couldn't blast it, but I got in my car, I blasted it, and I had my first car was a little Escort, a little Ford Escort, and I had a subwoofer system in the back of that little sucker.
Hell yeah.
Everybody said, "Oh, look at that little car!" But I'd play rock, everything else. But most times, over-the-ear, headphones, I listen to those. Like I said, most of the time.
Like he didn't even put gas in it. It was just propelled by the force.
Right.
Propelled by the sound.
It's propelled by thump.
I don't know. I a while back I got a really good, like I bought secondhand from a friend of mine a really good pair of earbuds from Bose earbuds, and I have been hooked on earbuds ever since. Just something about the over the ear earphones, just after a while they make my ears hot, and the earbuds I can wear for like ever and not have a problem. In fact, most of the time when I'm doing stuff around the house, I've got those on. Whenever I'm at work, I've got a pair there as well. I've just really gravitated to having earbuds. Now, if I'm by myself, I notice that I'll even tend to gravitate to them over having cranking things up on the stereo, because as I'm moving through the house, this way the sound moves with me instead of having to, hearing it, a little bit, quieter in different rooms and everything else. So I guess I'm the only earbud person here, but I mean,
Yeah, weirdo. Why wouldn't you listen to it on speakers?
like I said, it's whenever I have to go to the, if I'm,
I don't
to the
like-
inside of the house.
I
You've
just
got a
don't like.
nice sound system.
I just don't like things inserted into me. You know what I'm saying? I just don't.
Well, don't knock it till you try it.
Eugene, before you change the topic, and
Yes.
before we get too dirty with Cy here, you want to say I've been researching, and I am very tempted to buy the bone induction ones.
Yeah, those look interesting.
Yeah, how does that work?
I've heard that those are really, really nice.
Yeah, so they go in front of your ear, so you, and they just press against your bone, like your jawbone, I guess. And
is this like those things you always see, like the Navy SEALs? They got the shit on that, like when they talk, there's no microphone. It can like detect their shit from their
A little
neck.
bit, yeah.
That's cool, man. I'd like that.
So
Yeah, I'd be going everywhere acting like I was a fucking
Secret
Navy
op.
SEAL. Yeah. Tango, Bravo, Alpha, Zulu. They're like, do you want paper or plastic? And I'm like, Charlie down.
Charlie down. God.
Oh my God.
Easy on the tequila, please.
Yes. Tonight's main topic is like I said, and on the Epically Geeky show, we like to cover, everything that's geeky, when pretty much everything can be geeky, including music.
Music can absolutely be geeky.
Yes, which, if you haven't listened to the Epic Rhythm and Brews episode or podcast yet, definitely give that a shot. But that being said, so we're going to talk about something we haven't talked a lot about on this show yet, which is music. And tonight I thought we would talk about some of our favorite movie soundtracks. So that's pretty self-explanatory. With that being said, would anyone like to go first?
Yes.
I knew you were going to jump up first, Lainey. All right, Lainey.
Now, mine are in no specific order.
Oh no, yeah, and this doesn't have to be like your top 1 through 10. Nothing like that. Just what are some of your favorite movie soundtracks?
One of my favorites, and this should come as absolutely no surprise because it's one of my favorites, and I know that.
Hold on. Let's
see if
Does anyone want to take bets? I'm guessing.
Beauty and the Beast or the Little Mermaid.
Oh,
no. I'm actually not a fan of Beauty and the Beast.
I was going to guess.
So you can put that one away.
Oh dear.
I was going to guess The Lion King.
I was going to say Lion King. Yeah, me too.
Okay. All right. Anybody else?
You're not a fan of. I thought we had agreed that we both liked Beauty and the Beast.
I like Beauty and the Beast, but it's not like
you fucking bitch.
It's not. When I was little, I didn't like the wolves. They made me really anxious and upset.
I feel like
they were going to eat the horse. I
feel like every woman I've ever known has abandoned me now.
Oh my God. All right, Lainey. So was anyone here right? What's the first one on your list?
First one on my list is The Little Mermaid.
Yes, I was.
So yeah, the first one on my list is definitely The Little
What's your
Mermaid.
favorite song? What's your favorite song?
My favorite song off of that album is actually a score, and it's the Part of Your World reprise. And in the movie, it happens after she saves Eric from the shipwreck.
Mm-hmm.
And he's on the beach, and they finally figure out that he's alive, and she doesn't want to be seen. And so she goes back into the ocean, and this like beautiful, orchestra comes in, and it's very like quiet at first, and it crescendos in a really, really pleasing way. And she pops in for a couple of verses, and it's gorgeous. Jodie Benson's voice is incredible, and it's just very powerful. And if you listen to the Epic Rhythm and Brews podcast, no big deal. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I actually mentioned this on our first episode that song is the first piece of music I ever remember listening to as a kid that made me like feel something. And so it was really the first time I had ever listened to music and gone, oh wow, this is like a much bigger deal than just like singing along to a tune. This is a real thing. So, but yeah, I love it. I love that whole album. It's so pretty and so beautiful. And Alan Menken is a genius. And it gave us incredible songs like Part of Your World. That's the first song I learned how to sing. And he's just such a fucking genius. And it's just such a good point in his career. And it's the movie that saved an empire, truly. So I love it. It's so beautiful. And I can't believe that Jeffrey Katzenberg almost cut Part of Your World. He's an idiot. I'm glad that they didn't listen to him.
Oh, so that was, yeah.
Would anyone like to go next?
So you liked it? That's what you're saying.
I liked it a lot. I was pretty
liked
into
that
it.
a lot.
I'll go next.
All right, Cyrus. What's the first soundtrack on your list?
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp
That's
Fiction.
a great soundtrack.
Yeah, it
I
is.
do not like that movie, but it's a great soundtrack.
Yeah, even if you don't like the movie, I don't understand how you could possibly tell me that that's not one of the greatest soundtracks of all time. I mean, the Tarantino's musical choices are so perfect in that movie. I mean, obviously he thought of the music as he thought of the scenes. Like, obviously.
And I appreciate that.
Yeah, they are brilliant. And of course, if I was to pick my favorite song in the movie, it has to be, can anyone guess?
Was it the Chuck Berry song?
Girl,
Oh God.
you'll be a woman soon.
Oh no.
Neil Diamond.
Not even Let's Stay Together. That's an Al Green song.
It's full of great songs. I'm not saying that it's not. But that one is just really well. It's not just the music, it's the moment in the movie, it's everything together. But that, yeah, perfection. That's a great soundtrack.
A very well implemented soundtrack.
Yeah. So I mean, if you like when they dance in the restaurant,
You never can tell. That's a great song.
Yeah.
I just like a really well placed Chuck Berry song though. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's a great soundtrack, and
Good deal.
I actually owned that soundtrack once. I gave it away to a girl in high school.
That was dumb. Never give your CDs away.
Whoops.
So I never give my CDs away.
I shouldn't have given it away,
Mm-mm.
but
My heart, sure. My soundtracks, never.
Oh yeah, whatever. Take this. I don't care. But you leave.
I'll tell you what though. Let me tell you about. Let me just say that soundtrack has actually made me consider. This is going to sound nuts. Buying a record player.
That's not
It's a
nuts.
good. If you really do your research, it is a great investment.
I would really like to have a record player, and that would probably be my first album that I
You
would
can buy them for a decent price. There's a coffee shop near us that sells records. They get new inventory all the time.
Yet another reason why.
I
need to
just
go to
think those are
Canada.
cool. I think record players, good ones, are cool as shit.
They're really cool, and there's something really pleasing about when you put that record on there and you get like the nice little pops and cracks, and the music sounds just a little bit differently. But especially depending on what you're listening to, it can make all the difference.
That is a retro piece of equipment that I think is awesome. Now, Eugene, you might agree with me here. The reel-to-reel, not so much. We had so much experience with reel-to-reel shit.
Geez.
I don't want nothing to do with no more reel-to-reels.
Hell no. Reel-to-reel can die in a fire.
I don't even know what that is.
Well, when we were in college, we had to do tape splicing because we were both in the television and
Oh,
radio
I know what
program.
tape splicing is.
Yeah, and we had to fool with 1-inch reel. We had to fool with the regular audio reels they had for the radio station. What other kind of reels did we have? There was like several different kinds of reels, and the splicing, especially in the radio program, which I don't know if you took more of that.
No, I didn't take as much as you did, but I mean, I had a couple of classes in it.
Yeah, it was infuriating because you would lay down your control track to your tape, and then you would have to record your audio to that, and then if you would have to physically cut the tape in exactly the right places and piece it back together in such a way to where it matched, and it didn't just have to match, like if you went over like by a quarter second or whatever, you're screwed because you got to start completely over because you've cut the tape. You can't go back to the tape you cut and cut a piece off and stick it back. I mean, you got one cut you can make, and
You don't save the original file?
yeah, we were in the program we were in was obsolete as we were taking it. I don't know what the fuck we were doing.
It was a PBS station. What'd you expect?
Yeah,
Well, you know.
but anyway, yeah, a record player would be awesome.
But there you go.
If you want to look into one, let me know. I can give you some advice.
I do, and that would be great.
Yep,
Actually,
I got you covered.
email me.
Mhm.
Very
Cool.
cool. Picky Old Gamer, what's your first soundtrack on your list?
My first pick is the Top Gun soundtrack.
Oh, that was on my
I knew
list.
someone was gonna say it.
I dare anybody to put that in your car and not end up stomping the gas like a fool. Be like, da, 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 look at, oh
Yep.
God, I'm in a 35. I love it. I love all the songs, even the romantic songs. All of it. It's just there's just too much feeling and emotion in that entire soundtrack. It just takes you and just you feel like you could just, like I said, take your car. If you're driving with it, I had to be careful when I put that thing on there and I was driving. I'd be like, oh God, I'm on 85. I shouldn't be going that fast. But I just love the whole soundtrack. It's just good stuff.
Oh yeah, Kenny Loggins had some awesome ass shit on that one.
You know why he picked that one?
Hmm.
Because he's dangerous.
Oh my God.
I put up with you every
Okay,
week.
Darkwing Duck.
Take my breath away.
That every time I hear that album, that's the only song that I will actually listen to more than once.
What is that noise that boom, 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 boom? What kind of
It's a
instrument is that?
synthesizer.
Is that a synthesizer?
Yep.
Yeah.
What makes that noise?
A man with a synthesizer.
The super hair of the 80s that makes that noise.
Oh, the hair. They bounce shit off the hair.
It's the sound of that Aquanet hitting and bouncing off of the hair follicle.
See, and that's not even the thing on that soundtrack that, to me, hands down, is the Top Gun anthem.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That
it's
is really
just
good, too.
so good. It's just
I remember that shit, man. When that movie was big, and I remember they were doing like a giveaway where they were giving away a Porsche because Kelly McGillis drives a Porsche, Tom a bike. You can win a Ninja Kawasaki, blah, 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 and it was like, yeah, Top Gun was fucking badass back in the day.
I have seen that movie so many times, but not on purpose.
We totally didn't realize how homoerotic that shit was.
Dude, that volleyball scene.
the volleyball scene is.
No, I had never seen it all the way through. And I used to live with my cousin David when we were in college together. And I remember coming home one day from class and I walked into the apartment and he had that Top Gun was on one of the channels. And he's sitting there by himself watching it. And it was the volleyball scene. I just kind of looked at him for a second. I was like, what you doing?
Hey.
So, anything you want to tell me?
Do you want me to leave? I can leave and come back later, but please don't sit on our couch.
Yeah, I got the jergens and everything, huh?
Yeah, I was like, all right, well, bye. So, no judgment. I'll see you later.
That's
Somebody's
hilarious.
Cut that movie so that it looks more like a love story between Iceman and Maverick.
It's not hard.
We were inverted. We remember that? We were inverted.
I bet they were.
Oh my God.
Ooh, hit the brakes and fly right by.
That's right.
Good Lord.
Man. Okay. Chris, what's number one? What's the first one on your list?
Okay. So for me, I don't remember musical soundtracks for the most part. I don't really remember any of the class. I just don't. For me, it just blends right into the whole story of the movie itself. So it's hard for me to pick out ones. The ones that I do like are the ones that have lyrical songs to them that I can sing to. That's how I remember them. So the first one that I have is The Breakfast Club.
Oh yeah,
because that's
Soundtrack.
it's my favorite movie, and
Love it.
the only song that I know from it is Simple Minds and the Don't You Forget About Me. And I just
Yeah, but that's what else do you need? Shit.
You know the We Are Not Alone song from the library? I know that one.
I know that one too, but I don't remember it outside of the movie. Like I only remember it when I'm watching it. If I hear Simple Minds playing on the radio, I'm like, oh yeah, Breakfast Club, and I remember this scene and everything. It came out in 1985, and it was very, very 80s.
Yeah.
You know something funny about that movie? You would think that Judd Nelson would have been the one that was kind of an asshole, but it was Emilio Estevez. Like,
yeah, Emilio Estevez is kind of a dick in that movie.
no, I mean he doesn't keep up.
No, in life.
Oh, you mean in general?
Yeah,
oh,
he
I just
won't-
didn't
he-
like him in the movie. I was like, all right.
No, he
get
won't
it.
associate with any of those actors
Really?
or do any of the press or any of the reunion stuff. He's a dick.
Well, because he thinks he's too good for it.
Yeah, he really does. He's a fucking asshole. But
That's dumb.
turns out Turns out Judd Nelson's actually a really cool guy.
He is a cool guy, and Molly Ringwald is a perfect, wonderful princess.
She's a little 80s capsule.
I love her. I love her so much. I named my dog after her.
Oh,
That's real love.
Man, it is real love. Ray, what's the first one on your list?
I can't believe I get to say this one. I'm one of those people that love like when the music plays and you know what movie you're watching before you even look at the screen. And Star Wars.
Oh yes.
Immediately grabs
Live
your
John
attention.
Williams.
Is there a particular one? Like, is there a particular movie soundtrack?
No, it's
No. There is a correct answer to that.
it is the original series,
Okay.
4, 5, and 6.
Duh.
Okay.
And those three,
Is it the opening credits scene? Is there
not just the opening credit scene, because it's when Vader's kicking ass. It's when you got it's all of it. The whole thing.
Can't
is
go wrong with the whole thing.
The correct answer is Return of the Jedi.
Shut up.
Because
Have you guys?
that was when they came up with all the themes. Like Star Wars, you had some of it. Empire, you got a little bit more. But Return, you added the Emperor into everything, and you got the full theme of all the music. Plus, you got the wordless male choir whenever he's frying Luke. It's fucking awesome.
But you wouldn't have it without the first one, so that's why.
No, that's true. That's true.
That's why I picked the whole thing, man. Like it's.
But you must recognize the superiority of the master film.
Oh, God.
God.
Okay.
And here we go.
What's your pick, Eugene?
Thank you. My first pick should not be a.
I know what it is. I already know.
Right. What is it? Go ahead.
Transformers the movie?
Hell yeah, it's fucking
Transformers?
Transformers the movie.
How did I know?
It is my ringtone on my fucking phone, okay?
Transformer. It's
touch.
very violent, you guys.
Dare. Those are
Yes.
fucking great ass songs by Stan Bush. But just the music in it is great as well. I mean, the Transformers theme performed by Lion is awesome. But you've got Vince DiCola, who, going back to one of the other picks, just did some great work on this. And what's really interesting is of course, it came out in 86 when the movie originally came out. In 2007, it got a re-release, and they added 4 more tracks to it. And those are all, 3 of the 4 are all instrumental. And it's the Unicron medley, the Moonbase 2, and Megatron Must Be Stopped 1 and 2. And as I listen to those, I can literally go through those scenes from the movie in my head. I know where every beat falls as compared to, both, visually and on the soundtrack. It's just, I love that music. I just adore it. It's great. I know it's 80s glam, music, metal music.
The
But
80s was fucking badass.
the 80s was fucking badass.
Oh my
And
God.
that movie was fucking badass too. So, it's got a Weird Al song on there. Definitely not one of my favorite Weird Al songs, but it's still got Weird Al on there. But yeah, it's just got some rocking stuff on there. And it is one of those things that, when I'm in the car, I will crank that. Going back, Top Gun, pick your gamer's pick, Top Gun. Vince DiCola did some of the work on it too. And that's another one of those things. It's just like, you just want to crank it up whenever you get some of that music. So
I know what your number 2 movie will be, by the way.
I
Okay,
just looked it up. If you didn't know, I haven't had that soundtrack. The Transformers movie soundtrack with all that special stuff. If you got Amazon Prime, it's free. I just added it to my Prime Music to listen.
nice.
I just said thank you, click.
Yeah.
So
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one. And those 4 other tracks, I mean, that they added. The last one is an interesting take on it. It's more like the original Transformers, the cartoon theme. Yep. And I'm glad they didn't go with it. I'm glad they went with the version that Lion did. But that over the top rocking, kind of explains the whole storyline. But yeah, the instrumentals that they added, especially the Unicron medley, is just, it's haunting. It's awesome. Yeah, it's great. So, all right, Lainey, we're back around to you.
Hey. Okay, so my next one really should come as no surprise. My other pick was the Empire Records soundtrack.
Oh shoot! I have that. I have that.
I
knew
figured
that was
I
gonna
had
be
a
on your
feeling
list.
that either I would say it or Chris would say it.
I knew one of the two of you were going to have it.
Yeah, that's a great soundtrack. It's a
Yes.
like kind of like Chris was saying with Breakfast Club, how it's like a little time capsule of like the
Yes.
80s or whatever. Like that's kind of what Empire Records is for the 90s, which is my
Yeah.
childhood, and I love it. It's just like a bunch of really, really fucking good music, you guys. Like,
Yes.
I mean, like it's all like your 90s classics. It's Gin Blossoms and Cranberries and Little Martinis, Toe the Wet Sprocket. Like, it's just
Flying
so good,
Lizard.
and it has a very specific sound, but at the same time, it has like little bits and pieces in there that you don't really expect because it's a movie about a record store
Mhm.
with a bunch of different people that work there that have very different taste. So everything sounds a little bit different. If you get the extended version, there's a Guar song on there.
Yep.
Yes,
Yeah, but I love it. Like, it's a great soundtrack. It's so good. I remember listening to it when I was younger and being like, yes, like, why doesn't anything sound like this anymore now that I'm old enough to buy my own CDs? So, but it's so good. I love it. It's just, and it like the soundtrack just goes so well with that movie. That movie is nothing without the music,
No,
you know.
Absolutely.
It's a
nothing.
great movie, but it needs the music.
Yes, and the music
So-
leads. It's almost like it leads the story.
Absolutely, it does. Absolutely. Well, like when Mark is like in there, like being adorable and being Mark, and like they're playing Romeo and Juliet in the background, like
Yeah.
it's just perfect. I
That
love
was
it so
cute.
much.
I love that scene.
Oh, I love it. Well, and at the end, this is the day when they're all dancing like on the roof. It's so good. Like it's a movie with very iconic moments that are punctuated by the music that they placed in there, and I love that.
Good
So,
deal.
and it's home to one of my favorite, the only AC/DC song I've ever liked. So there you go.
Which was
If You Want Blood.
You want blood?
okay.
Yeah, I'm not into AC/DC, but I fucking love that song.
ACDC's awesome.
Because,
Mhm.
you know,
All right, Cyrus, what's your next one?
Okay. I'm so glad nobody picked this. The Lost Boys.
Oh my god, I
Oh my
knew one
God,
of you
that is a
guys
good
was going to
soundtrack.
say
That's
it.
on my
Though.
list. I hate you forever. You can't. It doesn't count. Take it back.
I had this on cassette tape,
Mhm.
and I used to listen to this shit in my, like, laying in bed, listening to various, switch next tape, just lay in bed, listening to music. We had no internet back then, so,
What was that like?
it was different. It was boring. Time
Quiet,
seemed to
quiet.
take, yeah.
Quiet,
A
very
lot more
quiet.
quiet. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. People went. You had to go places a lot. You couldn't just sit at your house. There was nothing to do but watch TV. And I lived in a small town, so we didn't have much. We didn't have cable or nothing. So yeah.
The Wells Fargo guy to come through with his wagon once a month.
So anyway,
Womp, womp, womp.
DMC.
yeah, the Lost Boys. Everybody's gonna remember the opening of the movie with "People Are Strange" playing with the Doors, and that was just a really cool opening. And anyway, the next song,
Who? People Are Strange. Echo and the Bunnymen.
yeah, remember "Cry Little Sister," the
Mhm.
like basically the theme of the movie.
Oh yeah, I love that. song.
Had a really cool thing. "Cry little sister, thou shalt not kill," and all that stuff. It was fucking awesome. And then there was the scene where the guys, the big ass muscle dude is playing the fucking saxophone at the beach. I still believe. Yeah, that's awesome. And then, man, you forget about all the songs that are in this movie. "Walk This Way," yeah, I forgot that was
Yeah.
even in there. And "Beauty Has Her Way."
Question.
Anyway.
Question.
Yeah,
Is it the original Walk This Way or the Walk This Way with Run DMC?
it's the one with the Run DMC.
Okay, just curious.
But that was, I mean, the movie was it was hip, right? It was supposed to be like,
Oh yeah.
there's vampires, but they're fucking badass and they're like young and like we're gonna take vampires to another level here and do some shit that's like really cool. But it was also like the kids like are trying to kill the vampires and they're acting like kids and being stupid. It was a fucking awesome movie for a kid to watch in the
It
80s.
was.
It was really great. The best movie that Corey Feldman and Corey Haim ever made together.
Yes.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yes, for sure. 100%.
God,
And-
Kiefer Sutherland looks so young.
Oh, he was
I
fucking
know,
awesome
right?
in that movie. He was great in that
Blonde
movie.
mullet.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like the
Yeah. Oh,
outsiders in a
and-
dystopian society.
And
Yes.
Bill from Bill and Ted is in this movie.
Yes.
Yeah, he is. I just saw that.
Yeah.
It's
Like, what are you doing there, dude?
I think so.
Phone booth.
With your goofy little face.
I love that movie. I
Yeah,
love.
that is a good movie.
I've seen that movie so many times, and now I want to watch it again just talking about it.
Well,
I
there you
need
go.
to see that. That's got to be. I'm gonna have to move that up on my
Yeah,
list.
you really disappointed me tonight.
I'm sorry. I've just never been one that, like, I don't know. I remember like seeing it, like knowing about it when I was a kid, but I never knew what it was about. And then someone's like vampires. I was like, that sounds dumb. I'm never watching that.
Okay.
I'll give it a shot. I promise.
It was it's a good movie. All right, Pickle Gamer, what's next on your list?
I'm probably I figured you would say this, Eugene. The first thing is Ghostbusters soundtrack.
That's his number 2.
Nope, it wasn't my number 2, but it was on my list.
I knew it was
mean,
on the list.
What else can you not say about the Ghostbusters soundtrack? It's not just, everybody goes, oh, I know Ghostbusters, Ray Parker Jr. I'm like, cleaning up the town, saving the day, in the name of love, I can't wait forever. And all the way to that Dana's theme, which actually I didn't want to listen to it at first when I was a kid because it's creepy.
It is creepy. You're right.
You're like, what the hell's going on? And I love it. And one of the best ones is Hot Night. That thing is just wild. You start to, and that is pure 80s. Just dun, 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 and it starts going. You just want to dance, even though I can't dance, but whatever. I flop around. As a stand.
There you go.
I think I think you know what your number 2 is now, Eugene. And I'm really mad. It better not be what I think it is. God dang it! It better not be what I think it is.
We'll see what it is.
I just thought of what it was.
But no, you're absolutely right. Yeah, the Ghostbusters, the original Ghostbusters theme is on there, and like you said, there's, like everyone's, like you said, everyone knows Ray Parker Jr. But yeah, cleaning up the town, saving the day.
God, yeah, it's a great soundtrack.
It is
Hell
a
yeah.
great
Fantastic.
soundtrack.
You know what? And that's funny because we don't think about it enough, but the soundtracks mean so much to the movies,
Oh, yeah.
There's a reason that they curate them so carefully.
Yeah. I mean, a good soundtrack can carry a movie over that hump, It can really
Or it
make
can
a
be
big
overdone
difference.
and it can really suck.
Yeah, like Mortal Kombat.
Like Suicide Squad did.
You're very
Yes,
negative.
that was
You're very negative.
Boom.
horrible soundtrack. That
See, thank you. I knew Chris would agree with me.
was awful.
There is a lot of potential too because of like when they did the trailers for those for Suicide Squad, they did it the right way where it was just enough of the song and it
But
matched.
that's all they did for the entire movie.
And that was
Well,
it was
When we
overkill.
watched it, I remember watching it in the theater and turning to Parker and going, okay, this is the 5th like super popular song in the first 10 minutes. I said,
Yeah.
I'm not down. I'm out. I can't do this.
And then on the flip side, you have Guardians of the Galaxy, which
They did it
just,
right though because it's integral to the story.
just knocked it out of the park with that soundtrack.
It's
And-
integral to the story,
yeah.
and it makes sense. And it is some music that I suppose is very like universal, or that wasn't music that I really grew up on, but it's like music that's kind of universal. Like everybody know, even I know those songs.
Yeah.
It was great.
So, but it was an integral to the story. In this, it was just like, look, we're quirky and different. No, stop. Just focus on the story. Like, stupid.
All right, Ray. I'm sorry, Chris. What's your next one?
Well, Guardians of the Galaxy is on my list, and I like it because, like what you're saying, is part of the story. It sets it up right from the beginning because that's how him and his mom relate to each other. Is that
Mhm.
I love that.
and she puts all of her favorite music into these mixtapes, which I used to make mixtapes. Ray gave
love
me a mixed CD for our second Valentine's Day together.
Hell yeah. I did.
Oh my god,
That's
Yeah,
fun.
boy.
that's so cute.
So
THX at the beginning of it too. So
yeah, he did.
Nice.
Yeah. So for me, my parents actually have really great taste in music. My dad is a big 70s and 80s rock guy, and my mom really loves 60s and 70s funk and R&B. So that's what I grew up on. So for me, the Guardians of the Galaxy was like, this is my childhood happening, and all the songs, and I just love the movie even more because of I could relate to Star-Lord. I was like, yeah, I love these songs too, buddy. So you have
I
like
get
this
it.
Kind of Feeling by Blue Sweet. You got Fool Around Fall in Love by Elvis Bishop. There's the Runaways on there. There's so many. It's just awesome.
I love that Runaway song.
Yes.
Yep. I can't wait for the second one. The second movie's gonna be
know.
flipping
I'm
awesome.
intrigued. Plus, they end on a great song that has one of the best intros ever written in music ever, which is Jackson 5, I Want You Back.
Yes.
Best intro to a song, bar none. I don't care what anybody says.
Well, good. All right, Ray, what's next on your list?
All right, so my next movie actually inspired Dave Grohl to sing Tiny Dancer on
Stop
David
it.
Letterman. It was fantastic. So Almost Famous
So
was
good.
a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
I had so many feels about this movie because that was the one where growing up, I was never really into music when I was a kid. And then my sister kind of sat down and she started playing me some stuff, which was the wrong kind of stuff, but
she's good.
which is okay. I love her. She's fine. But it got me into music and I really, so to see this kid wanting to follow this band around. Stillwater was the band. It was a made up band. But of all the songs in that movie, I really enjoy Fever Dog, which was made up for this movie by a fake band called Stillwater. And if you play it, they hit that era of music so well, but it still rings out today and it plays really well. So,
God, that's such a good soundtrack. It's just got
there's
so many good. There's some Led Zeppelin, there's some Bowie, there's some some Todd Rundgren. Like that, if there was ever an album that I felt like was made for me, it was that one because it's just so good.
It was.
Cat
really
Stevens
good.
on there? Oh, so good.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Eugene's
Very
like, all right,
nice.
cool.
Yeah.
No, I can't add anything else to
Weirdo.
that.
Eugene.
Yes.
What?
What, Cyrus?
I was like, you're like, what? Huh?
No, shut up. Anyone? All right, Cyrus. You think you know what my next one is, huh?
No.
I thought it was going to be Ghostbusters, but now that's out of the water.
Okay.
I have a fear that I know, but go ahead.
All right. My next one is Rocky 4.
Oh, God.
Oh, I was totally wrong.
Wow.
Rocky 4 is phenomenal.
Okay.
Burning Heart, Survivor, Double or Nothing, Kenny Loggins and Gladys Knight, Eye of the Tiger, of course, by Survivor. Vince DiCola, once again, War in the training montage. That training montage is just, that's one of those that, going back to, you know, even though like I said, I tend to listen on, with earbuds, that's one of those that I definitely want to crank on the stereo because it's got a lot of depth to it. There's just multiple layers. It builds to this really awesome crescendo. It's great. I freaking love it. I know it's cheesy because it's Rocky 4, but there's a lot of really good music on that. Living in America, James Brown. Come on.
No idea. Never seen a Rocky movie. Sorry.
Oh my
lady.
God.
Wait, I haven't
Thank
either.
you.
Yes, you watch.
Why would I have ever seen a
I
Rocky
watched
movie?
Rocky Balboa and I didn't get it.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
a dude who I can't understand what he's saying anyway.
I had to ask if it was supposed to play him stupid or if that was like
Yes.
acting
See,
choice.
this is Chris and I aren't made for movies like
No,
this.
that was intentional.
Yeah.
No, that was on purpose.
Like that makes me like it less.
Yeah, cool. He's dumb too. Great.
That's great.
Nope. Awesome.
Fun.
All right, Lainey, what's your next one?
All right, my next one is actually the Sound of Music soundtrack.
Oh, speaking of other movies I haven't seen.
Oh, really?
Yes.
No.
Okay, that's one you should definitely see. It's a really great movie. I love that movie. I learned my scale from that movie. I learned solfege, the do re mi fa sol la ti do from that movie. I absolutely love that movie. It's so pretty. I can't hear Edelweiss without tearing up. It's just so wonderful. And I remember watching it on TV when I was really little and just being enamored by Julie Andrews, singing her little heart out and being so perfect and beautiful and just poised and graceful and wonderful. And oh, I loved it so much. And I just wanted to be a Von Trapp and sing with that family and escape the Nazis. And just have all kinds of fun. So, and run around town and clothes made from
Escape the
curtains.
Nazis, have all kinds of fun.
All the fun. So,
I love running from Nazis. It's fun.
Yeah.
I love that movie, and the soundtrack is beautiful, and like they just have so many different elements of things that you wouldn't think of. I'm a giant choir nerd because I did that for so long, and they have a lot of really beautiful like choral pieces, like chamber pieces almost, from when she's still at the Abbey and she's still a nun, and it's just so pretty, and they use it for a reprise later on when she's getting married. Oh God, it's just so good. I love it so much. I keep that on my phone a lot because if there's nothing else to listen to, that always makes me very, very happy. So good.
You know, you said when you mentioned you're a choir nerd, you just reminded me. I still get emails from my daughter's choir.
Really?
They want money. That's all they
Oh yeah,
send me
choir
emails.
booster is that's no joke, man.
I'm like,
We had one
wow.
super rich parent, so we never really had to worry about that.
Must be
I'm like-
nice.
I'm like,
Dude, it wasn't my parent. I don't know what that's like.
Oh no, I didn't say it was you. I'm just saying.
I was like, if
I was
my
like,
daughter
oh,
was still in
bummer.
high school after all these years, that would
Yeah,
be a
something's
problem.
up. All right, Cyrus, what's your next one?
Okay, Eugene, you actually reminded me of this movie, like with your last pick.
Okay.
Although it has nothing to do with your movie, it's very different. This is I gotta say, maybe the greatest movie soundtrack of all time.
Uh-oh, here we go. Here's his
Okay.
statement. It's the
Okay.
greatest ever.
Okay, we'll see.
Okay, now this movie is disturbing. I watched this movie whenever I was like in junior high.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
No, I'll tell you in a
Hey,
minute.
that's a great movie.
It would have been funny if he was right. I was like, yeah, it's pretty.
The large march scene just blew my mind, man.
when he says the stars at night are big and bright and everyone claps. No.
Wow.
Yeah, this movie blew my mind because it made me so uncomfortable to watch it. But it was the music is so good. And it's the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh,
Good.
yes,
Totally
Queen.
forgot about that one.
So
Good.
good.
That's really good.
Yeah. The
I know the
music
whole
for this
dance
movie is like cocaine.
Just makes you all tingly with Antissa.
And Tim Curry is fucking. You sit there and you watch him and you're like, oh my God, but he's so good.
Girl, you're so sexy. Why you gotta be so sexy? I
And
love
now
it.
you're confused and you don't know
Yeah.
what's happening.
That movie blew my mind and freaked me out. And I watched it many, many times.
Good.
And it was like, I was embarrassed to admit that I watched that movie for years. Like, you know, I would only discuss it with like my brother and a couple other people because it was like embarrassing to be like, yeah, I was like Rocky Horror Picture Show. But I finally came to the point where enough people that I knew were like, yeah, I watched that movie. It was amazing. And okay, good. All right, we can talk about it then.
I always want to think that movie is a John Waters movie, and it's not, and it
No,
throws me
it's
off
not.
every time.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, it was a play before that. Tim
Mhm.
Curry, he was the headliner in the play. They brought him to the United States and did the movie and everything. And yeah, just amazing. And I don't watch any other. They have all these new versions of this that they've tried. And
No,
I'm like, what?
pass.
Yeah, I'm like, whatever. There's
Not
yeah.
necessary.
yeah,
So-
totally. Yeah,
We're really excited because we're going to be going to Fan Expo this year in Toronto, which is basically our Comic-Con, and Tim Curry will be there.
Nice.
Are you gonna
Oh,
dress like
man.
Dr. Frankenfurter, Ray?
No, I can't
Oh,
pull that
yeah.
off.
Yes, you could. You could pull off those
I will
fishnets.
pretend I don't
I
know.
believe in
Yeah.
you.
just hey, y'all do know that he's recovering, right? I mean,
Yes, he is
okay,
not.
good.
Tim
I
Curry.
don't want you to be surprised.
But
He's
still,
okay.
I like how you're trying to like prepare them just so they know. Just so everyone's
Oh.
aware.
Had a stroke.
Hey guys.
Anyway,
That's okay.
it's
I appreciate
it's an
that.
amazing movie. The
Mhm.
music is fucking great. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like I have another one that is really good too, which I think Pick Your Gamer might pick, but I'll wait on to mention it.
Speaking
Until
of
next
which,
time.
let's find out. What is your next one, Pick Your Gamer?
I really love the Back to the Future soundtrack. The first
Yes,
Great
good one,
soundtrack.
good one.
I mean, that's one of the first and soundtracks that got me into orchestra, liking that. And then number, I'm actually looking at Back to the Future Overture is number 6. It's 8 minutes long, and that's another one. You put it in the car, you turn it on, you can just vision the whole part of that movie from beginning to end. They got Power of Love, Time Bomb Town, Heaven's One Step Away, and then, of course you got all that, or Earth Angel, Johnny Be Good.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Good stuff. It's great.
Yeah,
Love it.
fantastic. I loved that when I was a kid, listening to Huey Lewis and the news.
Yes.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah,
God.
it was awesome.
I always like what the orchestra is called, the Out of Time Orchestra. I always thought that was clever.
Yeah.
Well, it sets you up for not failing because everybody's expectations are already really low. Because you're out of time. Sorry.
They don't make movies like that anymore. They really
That was a
don't.
double entendre because it's funny because the movie and never mind.
I love that they're not going to ever remake those movies either.
Good.
We'll
If they
see.
do, I shall go somewhere and I will punch somebody repeatedly. Just
No,
just leave them alone.
But they don't need to be remade because that's the whole point. We don't need it in modern times. That's the whole point.
Yeah. If I see some fucking hipster try to be poured into a new modern DeLorean, I swear I think I'll just move it, find another country to move to.
What would even be the modern version of a DeLorean?
You can actually search it. They're trying to make it.
They're trying to make it. Yeah.
A Prius? Like, what would be the car?
No,
It'd be a fucking.
They're trying to. Well, a pseudo version of the DeLorean company is trying to bring back the DeLorean.
Oh no, I don't mean a well, never mind.
It'd be a Fiat or some shit.
Yeah,
I understand
I'm trying
what
to think
you
of like
mean.
what
Yeah.
what that would be.
Oh, okay. I see what
Oh,
you're
come
saying.
on.
And
Tesla,
millennial
a
times.
Tesla.
Yeah,
It'd be
I
a
was gonna say,
Tesla.
There it is.
Oh, it's got chicken walls built into it. Oh,
Yeah, exactly. You're exactly right. That's exactly what it would be because the DeLorean was such an icon of the time. A Tesla would be what it would be of
yeah,
today.
that's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
It would be a
So-
test.
So
Okay,
anyway,
that's
all right.
settled
So
then. We've done your work for you, Hollywood.
yeah, there you
won.
go. All right, Chris, what's your next one?
So going along with movies I used to watch when I was a kid and I still watch, and it's there's no score to it. It's Dazed and Confused.
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
wow.
yes,
Came out in
yes, yes,
1993,
yes,
but-
yes.
Yeah, so it came out in 1993, but it's set in May of 1976.
God, I
So
love that
again,
movie.
it's all the music.
All right.
I love that movie.
All right.
Thank you, McCann.
So it's got Foghat, Aerosmith, War, Alice Cooper, Nazareth. I sing through the whole movie. I'm just singing. I'm quoting the movie constantly. So we let the kids watch it now that they're older, and they're just looking at us like we're crazy. So
So good.
yeah, but it's all my parents' music, and it's like this nostalgia overload.
That's
and
kind of how I always felt about it.
But they were that age. They were
Same.
the exact age in that movie. My mom was 15, and my dad would have been 18. Yeah, so
That's too. My mom graduated during the bicentennial, and so like she loves that movie because she was like, yeah, she's like that's pretty accurate.
pretty
Like that's
much
what it was like.
yeah.
I love that.
Couldn't get away with that now.
No,
No,
all that
so
hate
good though.
crap.
I know.
Part of me is glad that doesn't exist more. Like even when I started high school, we didn't have anything like that. But
I don't know. I know some kids that I work with that could use it.
just the shit the teachers used to get away with. And
Oh yeah, that's insane.
how lackadaisical it all was, and but I love that movie.
All right, Ray, what's your next one?
All right, I'm going with one that was nominated for Academy Award. I was a little surprised by it, and I loved watching bigger, longer, uncut South Park. Are you?
You son of a bitch! That was my next one.
No. Unacceptable.
God dang it!
Screw you guys and go ahead.
I
Oh
thought for sure.
God,
I
someone
thought
someone
Pick Your
would do a
Gamer was
cartoon
going to get.
reference.
I knew it.
Man, that movie kicked ass, and then to make it a musical was even better.
That is a great soundtrack. That is a great pick. Good.
Bitch, you big fat bitch, you big oh.
Yeah, I know, right? It sticks in your head as soon as you start. Boom, boom, boom. You're gone. Going through the whole soundtrack now.
You can, and the surprising thing for me was I didn't really watch the show beforehand, and
It figures a Canadian. It figures a Canadian would take that. You know, Blame Canada was one of.
I love that song, man. I love it, and I love that Robin Williams performed it.
Oh, it would have been better if Anne Marie would have performed it.
Well, yeah, Anne Marie would have done a good job
she's
too.
such a Canadian treasure.
She's such a Canadian
treasure.
Or what?
Very
I've heard you
jealous.
make comments about her beforehand. I don't know if that's genuine.
Good pick, man. Good pick.
That's a pretty good pick. I remember watching it in the theater, and it was me and my brother, and the whole time we kept looking at each other. We're like, "This movie's making me uncomfortable."
God.
Well,
Hey, Satan.
Yeah, exactly. It was like, wow, they got away with that.
Satan.
Okay,
Yeah. They're like Saddam Hussein.
so
Good times.
my next one on my list is I'm kind of surprised no one else has said this one. Jurassic Park.
That was
Yeah.
next on my list.
That was on my list.
Good pick.
It just I mean, talk about instrumental. I mean,
Beautiful.
John Williams.
Again, John Williams, he's a genius.
Yes, the man has got to be a genius. You look at if you look at the track listing, a lot of them, basically list, as the thing goes through. But every time it pulls back to that main theme, anytime it works it in, there's an undertone. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. Once again, one of those other ones that the few times that I really just want to like crank it up really loud. Of course, anytime you watch that movie, you want to crank it up really loud as well.
Yep.
Yeah, because the sound technician stuff in there is amazing.
Oh yeah, like that's one of the, and I think it's probably one of the reasons. Granted, I mean the special effects work done on the dinosaurs hold up to this day, but it's another one of those reasons why that movie is still so great is because the music in it is so great. Yeah, I freaking love the Jurassic Park soundtrack. I always have. Even when the movie came out, I was one of the first soundtracks I remember going out and specifically buying just because I loved the music in it so much. So,
Yep.
All right, Lainey. I know we're getting a little late here, so if you've got any more, if you've got another one or two, you want to go ahead and throw them out there, go ahead.
I do. I have a couple actually that I really want to throw out there. Well, three actually that I really want to throw out there. This was hard for me to narrow this list down.
Okay, well, what you got?
Let me just say, The Lion King, obviously.
Yep, obviously.
Oh my God. Hands down, one of the best movie soundtracks that Disney has ever done. In fact, the guy that did.
They used to sell the soundtrack for that at McDonald's.
Yeah. The guy
I know because I was working at McDonald's.
Did a lot of the I can't remember his name right now, but the guy that did a lot of the instrumental, like a lot of the instrumental stuff. He did like an extension album, I guess, to it, and it was amazing. Like it's just it's so beautiful. They did such a great job of really digging into those African influences and taking a lot of like the tribal music and the folk music from there and like inputting it, and it's so beautiful. And I think that's why it translated so well to a Broadway musical. Oh, it's just so good. And then like the actual songs are so awesome. It's just so well done. And I love it so much. And then I also have on here the Sandlot soundtrack.
Oh,
good pick.
yes.
Good pick.
Everybody sleeps on that, but I love it because it's all like these old like 50s like doo-wop
Yes.
and like surf rock songs. Like it's so good. They've got Wipeout by the Safaris. They've got Tequila by the Champ. Like that's a great song. It's a classic song. But it adds so much to the feel of the movie. That's also one of my favorite movies of all time. But it adds a lot to the overall feel of the movie, and I absolutely love it. I want one of those Drifter songs that plays when Squint sees Wendy played at my wedding. If I ever get married, that's the plan. So, and then my last,
Joe Jones voicing it somehow
obviously,
because he's been in. Yeah.
I love that man. And then my other one is one a lot of people haven't heard of. This movie wasn't great, but when they redid Great Gatsby recently, like a few years ago, they put out like 3 different versions of the soundtrack. But Jay-Z helped. Yeah, but Jay-Z helped curate it. So the soundtrack's actually really, really good. But they put out a soundtrack of just the jazz recordings from it. Holy crap. It is so beautiful. There's a version of Lana Del Rey's song Young and Beautiful done just solely as a jazz song, no lyrics. It's amazing. It's so pretty. But that's a great album. Don't sleep on that one. That's a great album, especially if you're into jazz music. So especially that like old like Roaring 20s style jazz. God, it's so good. So Baz Luhrmann, I think, kind of gets a little ahead of himself sometimes when he does movies, and he definitely did that with this one, but the soundtrack was on point for sure.
Nice.
But yeah, so that's about as narrow as I can make it.
There you go.
Without going on for 4 hours.
All right, Cyrus, do you have any additional one you want to throw in there?
Yeah, I'll go through these real fast.
Okay.
Okay. First off, the Kill Bill soundtrack was really amazing. Really, I hate to throw another Tarantino in there, but he did another, like, his 2 best movies to me are probably Pulp Fiction and Kill Bill. And Kill Bill is 1 movie. It's not 2. It was split later. It was 1 movie. But just really good music, Din, din, down. You remember that? Anyway. All right. Well, thanks. You've been really helpful today. I appreciate that. Glad you're speaking up. So my next movie is another one that she's not going to like, which is the Ninja Turtles.
I like Ninja Turtles.
From the 90s. And
I like that Ninja Turtles.
Oh, good. You proved me wrong. So Ninja Turtles is... it had some music in it that I really liked. And the third one that I just wanted to mention was Stand By Me. And I thought that one had some really
that's
good
a
music.
good one.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got.
Good deal.
Real good one. I'll look that up right now.
Do you have any other soundtracks you want to throw out there?
I did have one soundtrack that I liked. I mean, I have a few other ones. I always had the Mortal Kombat ones, but they weren't very good. I think it was a phase. When you go back and look at them, they were kind of, what is it, crap? But there's one of them that I remember, and it's not a movie soundtrack, but it's a television show from the 80s. Very popular. I don't know. Can somebody guess who it is? And I actually broke and wore the tape out. That's the only cassette I've ever broke in my life. It's Miami Vice.
Oh my God.
And
That's hilarious.
My favorite song. My favorite song. I even told people you could play this at my funeral. Is In the Air Tonight. And I think I really that's why.
Good. Sorry.
Yes, and I think I playing those right through there in the air tonight. You belong to the city, on the night, all that. I think I literally broke the tape, wore it out. I was like, well, that's good stuff.
It's funny because my wife and I, actually it was last Friday, we were flipping around and I was just trying to find something to put on TV before we went to bed or whatever. And on the, we refer to it as the old person's network, the Me TV or whatever, they had Miami Vice on there. And she's like, oh, just stop on there real quick so we can just kind of watch some of the fashion or whatever. And just, I'm sitting there watching it like,
bad.
oh, it is bad. It's like literally like over a 20-minute period, there was maybe one point where there was a little bit of dialogue, and the rest of it was like they went through 4 or 5 songs and just the guys running around doing stuff. There's no voiceover stuff. There's no dialogue or whatever. And I'm just like, it's like watching a movie, like a music video, which I'm just like, nowadays it looks horrible, but back then I'm sure that was hot snot.
Well,
So
it's all about style. That whole show is style.
oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, and they are stylish.
So
Show.
very cool, very cool. Chris, anything else you want to throw on?
Yeah, I have a couple. So this movie came out in 1995, but it's set in 1970, and it's a coming-of-age movie. It's called Now and Then. It's got Christina Ricci.
Oh my God.
I love that.
Yes.
Soundtrack.
It's a guilty pleasure.
Yeah. So
No, it's not. It's a great movie.
He likes that movie too.
I know. I said it's a guilty pleasure.
Yeah, but Ray has a giant crush on Christina Ricci.
As you should.
Who does?
So I just love that. Me and my sister know the whole entire soundtrack.
I love that
And then
movie.
the other one I have is Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Oh, that was a good soundtrack.
Great
Maybe
soundtrack.
because of Brian Adams.
Yeah, girl.
So that came out when I was in the 6th grade, and I remember dancing with Regan Thompson there, 6th grade.
Ooh.
And
Nice.
he also made me a mixtape. And then the last one I have is Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Another good one.
Yeah.
Very cool.
A really good one.
That's all I have. That's it.
Ray, what you got for us?
So I have so many more, but I'm going to cut it all down.
He
Okay.
categorized them by composer.
Well, sort of.
Yes.
We've already hit on so many John Williams, right? Like he did Harry Potter, Indiana Jones, and a bunch of others. It's insane. That man is so talented.
Damn it, Indiana Jones.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's another good
God
one.
damn it. I can't do shows
forgot
like
that
this.
So then I kept looking, and if you haven't, well, the other great composer and guy that just makes amazing music, Hans Zimmer.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
He did
Hans
Inception.
Zimmer did The Lion King.
Yeah, and then Inception was great. Interstellar was amazing.
Oh yeah, the music in
Yep,
that movie
the
was
music,
great.
yeah. Beautiful,
It was
beautiful.
it was crazy. So anyway,
he did
he
those
also
Batman
did
movies.
Did
What's
he?
that?
He did those Batman movies, the Nolan Batman movies.
Yeah.
Yep, he did those too. Days of Thunder, Sherlock Holmes. But the one I'm going to shout out, it's got to be another Canadian, right? So Howard Shore did Lord of the Rings.
Oh, yes.
That's beautiful music.
Oh, there's one specific track on I think it's on the first soundtrack, the first one, Fellowship of the Ring. I don't remember,
Yeah,
but I love it. So good.
it really set the tone for the movie, and it made you feel part of that whole universe. It was pretty cool.
Very cool.
Jesus Christ, Hans Zimmer really has done everything. I'm looking at his Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Damn, Daniel, he stays busy.
Oh yeah.
That dude has done a lot.
Continue.
Well, the last two I wanted to throw out were we've already mentioned Star Wars, but I specifically had to throw in the soundtrack for Star Wars: The Phantom Menace. Of course, it has it has your the traditional Star Wars overture in there, but especially if you listen to the last track on it, it starts off with Augie's I can't remember Augie's parade or whatever, and it's the big celebration. The Gungans are doing their thing, and then it crescendos into the actual Star Wars theme, and we get it, and it's very bold, and it's really well recorded, and then it just drops, and then we get the Duel of the Fates, and I fucking love Duel of the
Duel of
Fates.
the Fates is the shit.
Oh my god! I mean, we've had conversations as to what it was, if anything was really great out of the Phantom Menace, and the music is definitely one of those things. The Phantom Duel of the Fates is just phenomenal. So I had to add that one on my list. And then the other one that I just threw on there was the movie itself is okay. It's just it had so much good 80s music in it, and it was Romeo and Michelle's High School Reunion.
Oh my God, yes.
Uh,
Yes.
No Doubt, In Trance,
That is
Yes.
Village
so
People. Yeah.
good.
Yeah, Wang Chung. I mean, like it just
Oh my
was
God.
Robert
The
Palmer.
Culture Club on there too.
It was so number one, I liked the movie. It's a fun, stupid movie, but the
Hilarious
music was
movie.
really well picked for it, and it just really spoke to, it really spoke to the movie. So
Oh my God, I love that movie.
yeah, Romeo and Michelle's High School Reunion. All right, let's go ahead and move on to our picks and pans for the week. Would anyone like to go first?
I'll go.
All right, Lainey, what you got?
I have a pick. And my pick is my new Death Star planetarium that I bought
Oh, nice.
on a whim the other day because I said, God damn it, I think I deserve this. It's super cool. It's really small actually. It sits on my bedside table, which is kind of nice. I got a little Death Star hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really neat. There's no you don't have to plug it in or anything. You just turn it on, and it's cool because when you open it up, you take the top off of it, and when you open it up, it displays the Star Wars galaxy, the Star Wars universe.
Mm-hmm.
So last night I was trying to find Hoth and Endor and Bespin and all the hits. That kept me up for a while, and then it has a thing that you can put on top of it where it actually shows our solar system and like what our night sky looks like. It was really cool. So I have that and I love it and I'm obsessed with it. So it's pretty awesome.
Really cool. Where'd you get it from?
I got it from Walmart
Oh, nice.
for like $12.
Oh, well, there you go.
I know.
I'm going to jump in here with my pick for the week. I've been sick in bed for pretty much almost all week, so I've actually got caught up on several TV shows. The 20th was okay. Well, you know, our new president was sworn in, so whatever. But it was actually a really big day for me because Voltron Legendary Defender Season 2 came out.
Oh my god!
I am so in love with this series. If you're a fan of the original, yes, there's definitely some, you know, kiddier moments in it because it is an animated show. So, you know, the little ones can watch it and enjoy it or whatever. But the storytelling is great. The animation is great. I love the storyline that they've come up with. I love how the team works with each other and how each lion has its own special capabilities and how they keep discovering it and they bond more and more with the lions. If you are a fan of the original series, you really need to check out Voltron Legendary Defender Season 2. Like, I already plowed through all 10 episodes, and like I'm like already, all right, so when's the next season? When's the next season? I really can't wait now because I adored it. It was great. It was phenomenal. So definitely check it out on Netflix. Cyrus, what's your pick or pain for the week?
Well, I don't know. I don't really have anything. I don't know. I guess my pick would be the fact that Picky Old Gamer's on here.
Yeah.
So welcome. Welcome to what we do, and glad to have you over here.
Yes, I'm glad you joined us.
Appreciate it. Sound like he's put down the tequila. He's sounding nicer now.
Right? That's what I've been thinking. He's like, Laney, you're making a good point. I'm like, oh no.
Wow. I haven't checked out that second season. That first season, I went through it and I was like, oh my God, this is great. They did something with Pidge, and I was like, well, okay, that's a choice, but it's all right. Other than that, it was great. So I got to watch the second season at Voltron.
Yeah, that second season dropped on Friday, and I went ahead and plowed through it. So,
yeah.
Do you have a pick or pan you'd like to share?
Oh, that popped up. I actually was in there watching Netflix earlier. I'm like, oh crap, I need to watch this. So you said that, Mitch. That's something I need to. So I could probably say the same thing because I probably will start watching that tomorrow, and I'll probably lose track of time.
Very cool. At least they're only half-hour episodes.
Right.
Chris, you have a pick or pan for the week?
I don't know. Well, I'm going to pick something really simple, but very important sometimes. Naps.
Oh my God, naps are
Yes,
awesome.
girl.
I never nap. I hate napping because it makes me feel worse when I wake up. I'm one of those people that it just looks really disheveled after a nap, and I don't know what time of day it is or where I am.
Me too. Same here.
So, and I only have naps when I'm sick, and I had a massive headache today because the weather's been stupid here.
It's like trying to wake up a grizzly bear.
Pretty much. I'm not nice when I wake up from a nap. But today, we were doing some errands. Quinn had a hockey game. He picked up some Skylander Imaginator crystals that he's been looking for, and got home. And I went to bed and slept for an hour and a half. And I woke up and I felt like magic.
Naps are an amazing thing.
Well, I mean, my Facebook and Instagram have been flooded with all this stupid political shit. Everybody's angry, and it's the little things, people. It's naps. It's naps and feeling great when you wake up.
Yep. I agree.
I agree 100%.
Ray, what's your pick or pan for the week?
I'll start with a very sad pan, and that's the passing of John Hurt.
Sad.
Hurt.
Yeah, so we talked about it at the beginning of the show, so I won't ramble on. But he is one of my favorite doctors of all time, and we were watching Hellboy just before the show started. He's been in so many great things. So my pick, I'm messing around with watercolor, and I'm really enjoying it. It's fun, very different than oil painting. So it's coming along, and yeah, I'm having fun with it.
Very cool. Yeah, I saw the stuff that you posted. I'm just like, damn you. Is there anything you can't do?
Yes.
He can't bowl.
Bowl, yes, I know. You brought that up before.
Can't bowl or shit.
Can't bowl.
Hey, I know someone who can teach you.
Eugene's like a master ace bowler, right?
Oh, piss, man. I haven't bowled in forever.
For someone who sucks at bowling, I'm pretty good.
For someone who sucks at bowling.
Yeah, like I suck at bowling, but I'm pretty good.
Okay. Well, there you go. That's what drives me insane is I know the proper technique. I was taught the proper technique, and I see people who just go up there and throw the ball down as hard and fast as they can and still knock over, a bunch of pins. I'm just like, that's not the way you're supposed to do it.
It's not how you do it, guys.
Yeah.
You're supposed to use the proper form.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
man.
not where you're not supposed to hold it like that. Watch your wrist.
Well, you can find us on epicallygeeky.com. You can also find the site on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Wherever you listen to the show, whether it be on iTunes, Stitcher, or Google Play, please do us a favor. Give us a 5-star review. And, just leave in the section there where it says actually write a review. Don't bother, writing anything there. No one reads that except for me. Instead, what are some of your favorite soundtracks? Leave us that, leave that information there. We'd much rather read that. You can also find our individual wacky adventures online. Where can we find you, Cyrus Martin?
You can find me on YouTube. Just look for Cyrus Martin or Video Game Virus. I'm also on VidMe, which maybe not too much longer. Not really having a lot of success there, but still there. And then, of course, Twitter and Facebook. So just look for Cyrus Martin.
Piggy Old Gamer, where can we find you online?
You can find me on YouTube. I'm also on VidMe. I dragged Cyrus on there, but I'm like him. I may not be on there very much longer because it's not working right. Twitter, Facebook, and that's about just search for me, Picky Old Gamer. And if I got a Gmail account so people can hit me up for like any type of game reviews or anything like that.
And of course, Game Rambling, you and Cyrus do on Sundays, right?
Yes. You get to see two old stupid farts talk about video games.
And this
Way to
this
sell
week,
it, you guys.
this week, I'm sure we'll talk about you guys too. So.
Oh,
We give them the honesty so they don't tune in and go, what the fuck? I hit the wrong button.
I'll be like, so Pico Gamer, who did you hate the most last night?
which one of those horrible assholes?
It's that Cyrus guy.
Asshole.
Cyrus kept stealing all
the
my damn
Canadians aren't
soundtracks.
really nice.
Yeah, the Canadians are crazy nice.
They're
Yeah.
jerks.
You guys sucked.
Everyone loves Canada. That's not fair.
True fact.
Lady, where can we find you online?
You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram. I've been kind of staying a little low key on both lately, but you can find me on there at It's a Laney Bird. You can also find me also a part of the Epically Geeky podcast network at Epic Rhythm and Brews. We should have a new episode coming out very, very soon. So check us out.
Very cool.
Please,
Chris,
once again, I'm sorry, I need to jump in. Please remember to thank Parker for his service to our country.
I will absolutely do that.
Chris, where can we find you online?
On Instagram at Lake Life Mama.
Ray, where can we find you online?
Instagram on Lake Life Artist.
Oh, real quick, and I meant to ask. So I know I understand you're kind of changing gears, Chris, with the Lake
Yes.
Life.
Yeah. Yes, I am.
So instead of doing the baking, which kind of breaks my heart, you're going to be doing.
No, she's still gonna bake. She's just gonna
Knitting?
send it directly to me.
Oh, okay.
She's baking, but now it's free.
No.
Oh. Even better.
Yeah, no, I changed up. There's too many health which they need to be in place. But for what I want to do, I just can't. I can't do the
I
baking.
never thought
So
about that.
Years, and now I'm knitting, which is what I'm doing now. And I just finished a cowl while we were talking tonight.
Nice.
Awesome.
So are you going to be doing like geeky type knitting stuff, like I've seen people
Well,
do?
Someday, I'm hoping.
Maybe if I get better at it. Is that a hint? Are you being not so subtle?
I want a Batman hat.
Not you, Eugene.
I want
him
a
too.
Batman hat.
A Batman
I want
hat
an
would be
entire-
epic.
I want an entire
You mean a cowl?
Ghostbusters suit.
You said a Batman hat. I'm like, you mean like a cowl or like?
I can knit you a cowl in 3 hours.
There
I
you
just
go.
imagine Batman's like, "Where's my hat?" That's not a
Yeah.
hat.
I'm Batman.
I'm having flashbacks to that time Lewis was talking about his dad's army hat. And we're like, helmet? Question mark?
Army.
Before we go, and
Yeah.
you know what? I'll talk about it after the show.
Okay. Okay.
Whoa.
That's the really important stuff. And as for me, you can find my wacky adventures online at Optimus Gene on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. For everyone on the site, have a good night.